but you said look into my eyes and all you see is motherfuckers steady toe tagging, bitch, I'm bagging up the dope, no ratting to the pope, acting like a shot, keep the let.
All right. So what am I doing against video? Okay, yeah. So for this video, I made a global entity list loop that each one of your different modules can call from by using vectors. So pretty fucking gangster. I'm gonna show you what it is real quick. So here it is. So basically, I went to my entity. I made a new class. It's called an entity list. You can call it whatever you want. But basically, we just need to make a vector of entities and an entity list loop function. And then I went into my entity.cpp file, which I haven't used the entire time, but now I'm going to use it. I moved my reset pointers loop that we did have in constants that would it would basically take all of our variables, and each time we wanted to loop the entity list, it would loop through here first and make sure everything is up to date, like the number of players, and all the addresses and shit. Because each time you get like every time we go into a different bot match, the number of players wouldn't get updated, and so we had to make a loop for that. I just put the rest of the stuff in there just to make sure it was all up to date too, so we don't have any crashing. Basically, this is how the entity list loop works. It's gonna be the same thing we had for our aimbot. Well, we did have basically the same thing right here, and for the for loop, but we're gonna be making a global vector that we can call from. So basically, we make a local vector first. We make a local vector called a list, and we loop through it in the same loop that we've been using the enemy offset, entity list, entity pointer to enemy, entity pointer to dereference enemy offset, and then we do if not local player, if not enemy, if enemy help, continue, right? And then we do list pushback enemy, so we push enemy into the vector of the list, and then once we break out of this loop, we clear our current entity list, which is our global entity list counter. Then we assign this entity list the beginning and to the end. So every entity within the list that we've created here will then be assigned to entities, and then it'll run back through here, right? So basically what that's going to do is it's going to take everything from this local variable list or local vector list that we've defined in here that gets reset every single time. And then it's going to re-go through it, and then it's going to clear it and then instantly assign it back again. So it'll keep on finding the new entities. So even if we switch from deathmatch mode to deathmatch mode to more players to these players, it won't crash our game from trying to read null pointers or anything like that, right? The values that aren't there anymore. Like say, so let me just show you a practical example. Let me inject. All right, so he just killed himself. Okay. All right, so right here we have the rushing Russian, right? So we're reading him. He also has a little bit of a flickering issue. Don't really know what's up with that. But yeah. Anyway, so say we have the rushing Russian right here, right? And we're like, okay, we're gonna go deathmatch, and we're gonna go to 4 players, right? Let's go here. Oh, okay, we got 4 players now, right? If we weren't clearing our entity list, it would just instantly crash our game, because we would still be reading from the entities of the list before, right? We'd still be reading those dog shit entities. Actually, wait. Let me see, because I just set this entity list before I put these guys into play here. Let me see if I can actually, because this is what's causing the flickering actually, is this entities.clear. Let me get rid of this, and let's just restart our game real quick. Alright. If this works, it'd be pretty good. But yeah, so for our ESP also, it's going through the same list, right? So for const auto enemy. So for each enemy within the entity list dot entities vector, it'll loop through here, right? Oh, I don't think I showed this last time. I split up my ESP from within the draw.cpp file. I just made a new function called ESP. This is what they call refactoring in C++ or programming, is when they split their code up and organize it. So I just organized all my functions for like the height formula, width formula, x translation, y initialization, normalizing the angles. So I just split all that up, kind of like how I originally did for my math functions. And yeah, so that's pretty fucking gangster. Um, anyways, so let me see if that actually works with this, because if that fixes it, because before I did have it, I was trying to fix the flickering, but I couldn't like figure out how to. But then I recently just put this if not enemy, so if the enemy is a null value or a 0, or if enemy health is not greater than 100, enemy health less than 100 or 0, it'll continue, right? So I'm pretty sure that should actually fix this problem, so we shouldn't have any flickering anymore. I don't know if I'm explaining this entirely correct, but this should fix the flickering. Yeah, but let's see if we switch modes. Let me wait for him to respawn, just make sure he's in the area. Okay. Because, yeah, if he's not respawned, then you might just skip him anyways, but... Oh, okay, well, we fixed the flickering problem. That was pretty fucking easy. Alright, okay, well, no more flickering, I guess. Oh, that one was a bit... The hell? What is going on here? I have no idea. That's a little bit strange that the entity list visuals aren't working on this side of the map. There's a guy right over here. Yeah, I can see him right now, but if I go to the right side of him, it disappears right when I'm looking that way. But then he reappears, I'm looking this way. Huh. Okay. I don't know what's going on with that. That's kind of weird. Let me see if it's the same thing if I reset it again. No, it's still there. Okay. Well, anyways, yeah, so now we'd have to... What the fuck? And it's turning on whenever I turn my aimbot on. It's... That's fucking weird. But yeah, so I guess we got rid of the flickering now. Not too bad. Kind of makes it act a little bit strange sometimes, doesn't it? Yeah, it's making those disappear. Which wouldn't really make any sense, but... Let me turn these guys, maybe it's because they're idle? I don't know, but that shouldn't make a difference. Anyways, but yeah, that's basically for the entity list. So you would just change your loops from using like 4, going to the number of players like we did before. Just change it to const auto, and then whatever you want your people to be lived by. It could be player, enemy, it doesn't matter. And then have your entity list vector right here that you're gonna be looping through. So it's pretty easy. If you don't know what a vector is in C++, it's basically just a dynamically allocated array. So it constantly grows. Let me update my GitHub real quick. Fixed flickering. Weird issue with rendering sometimes though. Anyways, let me do a quick montage. Yeah. Oh, I fucking exited out. Okay, well, I was not gonna do a quick montage. Oh, thank you for watching.